Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new video in the Wissam script. In today's video we are going to talk about letters Ya, Lam Alef and the Harakat with some notes. Now for letter Ya we are going to do the scale now, and it's an easy lesson, it's not that hard but I want you to focus because we are going to talk about other stuff in the video. So the first thing we are going to do with the Ya are the two dots for the upper edge. So here we've got 1 and 2, and this thing is similar to the letter Kaf, where we are going up then down and rotate the pen so that we get a nice thin end here. Now the start would be high a bit. Now after doing this we are going to add 1.5 points, and this is to let us know where to go back here. So this is the first move, and this is the singular. Now here we're going back and we try to do 2 curves and make the second one really smooth here, like to join with the third move. As we said in other videos about the we have one curve and the other one down here. Now the second move is exactly the same thing as the Noon, where we have 2.5 points down here, and inside we have 3 points of width, and the move would be down, then up, then back, and this back would be 1.5. Talking about the final move. So we came down here, we go down, we straighten the pen, touch this area and come back. As we can see here, we need to increase this because this point is really thin. So you came back from here, you would go back and add this curve we talked about before, the one that goes this way. It's not really thick, but yeah, you can see the curvature in it. So this is there with the scale. If you want to write it without the scale to see how it looks like, it would be, I mean, in a way it would be prettier, because this way you can simply keep going with the moves and you don't have to stop, and in a way it looks better. This might need to be left upward a bit, and this is what we talked about with regards to the lower edge of the letter. Now this is the normal Ya. We've got the sword Ya, the one that goes back while writing. For that one, I want you to focus with me a bit, because first we've got the 3 points here. The first move would be going up like this. Very simple. It's a simple upward move. Now here, the pen sort of goes a bit flattish to give you this really smooth line. So if you keep holding the pen perpendicular, it will not give you this smooth sort of curvy shape. Try at home, if you kept it this way you will get this shape. It's smooth but it is thick. Meanwhile if you tried this way, you can see the difference at the end here. This one is way smoother than this one. This one would be used in Thuluth, meanwhile this one is in Wissam, as we can see. Once you stop here, you transit the pen down here, and with this angle and leaving 1 point below this first move, we curve down and we go up and make it really sharp. I want you to focus on this area. You have to see how sharp it is. And the curvature here is sort of balanced. The whole letter is balanced, and the extension here, it looks as if it was sitting on the line instead of collapsing or something like that. And this is important with regards to the sword Ya. That's why you need to focus on this in all scripts. So we've got 2 shapes of the Ya, the normal one and the sword Ya. We're going to move on to the Lam Alef, and we are going to talk about the connections later, because they are all easy. The same letter but you connect it. With regards to the Lam Alef, we start with the normal Alef. We go down. Here we are going to extend this, as we can see. We are extending this too much because it's a Lam Alef. We have to connect it to an Alef. We add 3 points. Now I did not put a scale for the first move because it could be anything. 3 points away from the Lam. Then we go down here and we add 1, 2.5 points. And this would be this move. You go back this way. Now I want you to focus on this move because this move is basically, once you've finished this small line, you try and come back with the end of it and stop with the kind of a straight angle. It's not as this one. Now here, as you can see, the second move is this shape. Now the third move would be 1.5 from the edge of this move. And here you are going to keep an eye on this edge and this edge, because the final move will have to come over here to extrude. So you're going from down, curving up, then coming back. So I'm going to do it the other way around because I think my hand sort of covered over it while writing. So I'm going to start with the last move, although you have to start with the first one. So the last one is basically, I will come from the top, and it is this huge shape, as you can see. Then you've got this one. Finally, you can connect them to the 1, 2, 3 that comes from here, which was the normal Alef, and this goes down to here. You can kind of do it the other way around if it's comfortable for you, but anyway, this is the first shape of the Lam Alef. 1.5, 1, 2, 3.5. So this is the first shape. Now it connects to letters. We're going to talk about this later, but for now, let's see another shape that was in one of the examples by Wissam Wissam. I advise you to go back and look at it and keep in contact with follow him on Instagram. I've got the link to his page down below. So here the difference is that you have to make this really long so that the second move would come to this one. Now this was like in one of his artwork, so it's just something to know. Now when we connect Ya and Lam Alef, for example, I'm going to write the word Kalami. We're going to use this kaf, going down this way, keeping this way down. Now you're going to go up. Whenever you do the Lam Alef, you're going to simply go up with the Alef move, so the pen is sort of hitting the camera, but so this is like an Alef, so no worries about it. What you are going to do later is just coming back from here and extruding this, because you need, remember, you need 2.5 points for the base of this letter. So you're going to do this shape, then you are going to use this as your guideline for the Alef. Let me just put the cap for the kaf. So kaf, lam, alif. I hope this is clear. So you basically go up. Now this would be more to the left, but it's fine. It's just to see how this connects. So we went up, then we came back with the same line, then we broke it at some point to give us the this distance. Now you could measure 3 points here, so that you know where to start writing, so that it will end before the letters before it. After this we have a meme. Yeah, we've got 2 shapes. Let's do this shape first, and for this one I'm going to use this connection. Now this would give you the sword, yeah, as we can see. You would use this shape. The second one, or like it will be the first one we saw today, you're going to use the other shape of the meme, this one. because this has to connect to this shape. And finally, with the last moves of the So here we've got the Lam Alef and the two shapes. With regards to the previous Lam Alef, this one, again, it's just going up or stopping, and it's easy. Imagine if you have an Alef, then you go down with the Lam. Now this is with regards to the and Lam Alef. I hope it's clear. With this, we kind of finished with all the letters. As I said, go and follow the artist, because he keeps updating the scripts, because it's he's still alive, so he has the right to do so. Make sure to follow him on Instagram. Now we are going to talk about the Harakat. In the Wissam, we have the Fatha, which is obviously curvy, going down, left, then down. The Kasra follows the same thing. You could sometimes also find it kind of small, and it has this tiny sort of starts big, then it goes really thin before the end. This with regards to the Fatha and the Dhamma. The Tanween again is 2 Fathat and 2 Kasrat, but you keep an eye on the space between them while writing the second one. So you want the space to be sort of the same throughout the Harakah, the Tanween I mean. This with regard to the Fatha and the Dhamma. The Tanween, you've got two shapes. You've got one that looks like the Wissam itself, and you stop, and you've got another one that has a taste of nasikh and thuluth. Now the ends here, you'll find that they are sort of sharp. Now this is too long, this would start from here. But yeah, this is for the Dham. For the Dham Tanween, the same thing, you just do it twice. The Hamza. Now the Hamza, you would use a small pen for it. All these you would use a small pen, but I'm doing it with a big pen so that you can see the moves. We go up, then down, then we do this shape. We don't curve like a this Hamza. For the calf, no, it's a bit different. Then we go back and we rotate the pen down here to make it shallow. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. It's easy, it's clear, it's really easy to write. The Sukoon, we have several shapes. We've got the first one, which is going back and back. 1 and 2, with a nice triangle shape here. Then we've got another one that goes down, curves back and comes back, circular. And we've got another one that looks really close to the nasikh, with a really thin ending here. So we've got 3 sukoons here. We've got the shad, which is, you would use a very small pen to do this, but I'm going to use the big pen again. You would start like if it was a ba, then you would go back with this move, then you would use a curve for it. This way you get a shad, the stressing on the letter. You could also add some decorations. As we said, we've got leaves. Also, we've got a Hamza, by the way, that looks like this. We could use for alifs, for Hamza al-Qata'. Any of those 3 would be correct, depending on the taste and the shapes you want to use. Now here we've got the leaf. So go down, then stop, then come back up, and up this way. You'll find that there's a curvature here, and this would be sharp. In the normal scripts it would be kind of sharpish, but you will have a curve. Now this is not Wissam, this is Wissam. You could use both anyway, but this one is sort of, it kind of, it suits the script more. Now I've seen the artist sometimes adding a small sort of start here, like a bat start. But again, you care about this shape and the curve upward. So this is a leaf you would add to balance the negative space. You've got also the mizan, which is going down, then coming back up with a similar alif move, as we can see here. This is going this way. Finally, you would go back with the other way around. This curve is smoother than this one. As we said, these are for decorations. So here we've got the Harakat, and finally here we've got the mizan we would use for decorations. Now this is for today's lesson, but so someone asked for the name Taher, and for that name I'm going to write it with in two ways. So the first one would be the following. Going to use the normal ta, and I'm going to use this alif, and this is of course the ta alif, and I was thinking to use the normal ha, this one, because in the next one I'm going to change things and use a different thing. So this would be like a normal one line sort of script or writing. The next one would be more of a decorative one. We are going to talk about these things in the next week class, so don't worry about any of it. I just wanted to show that we could write this name in different ways. So here I've got the two shapes look alike. And I'm going to use the ha that looks like a sod, this one, because I've got a part down here that sort of resemble the same thing. And for the ra I'm going to use this ra. Now this way I thought this would be a whole unit by itself, and the ra would balance it on the left here. And we can add the harakat. We could add the decorations up here in any place that we feel that is a bit light. But don't mind these things, we are going to talk about them next week. This is for today's lesson. We talked about the ya, lam, alef, and the harakat and the hamza. Sorry about the sound in the videos, so because sometimes you've got my voice a bit too bassy, has too much bass, sometimes it's too much treble. I'm trying to get my head around this Audacity software to sort of edit my voice, because apparently it's low pitched, and I'm trying to make it clear with this software. So yeah, for next week's class would be the last in Wissam. We are going to talk about how to write it the normal way and how to write it in a decorative way. This is kind of a teaser for you guys. This for next week, and yeah, the week after it we might start with the jelly. During the week I might make videos like last week or so, depending on my free time. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.